It's absolutely a gorgeous day. Hey y'all, it's Lippy. It is Thursday, February the 23rd. It's a little warm, got some wind. I just finished my afternoon coffee. It hasn't been long since I got in. I had to go to the doctor, had to do that fasting. Y'all, they tore my arm up. Y'all should see it. Took them 3 times. They finally got what they needed. And then I went by the grocery store, picked up just a few things, some milk and half, a loaf of bread. What else did I get? And a rotisserie chicken. Oh, I had to get some cat food, yeah. I knew there was something else, but I did that and I come on home and I was like, okay, what are you gonna do with that rotisserie chicken? I don't know, but it was $3.99 and it was pretty big. And as I was checking out, the girl was putting them out on this little hot stand thing. I may buy one once a year, twice at most. I don't ever think about it. I always have chicken. But seeing how my day was spent in labs, I was like, I got to do a supper. Now, we've been eating a lot of salads since the passing of Gigi. But I wanted to turn the camera around before I got up because I intended on doing a video. I didn't know on what. And I said, well, get up, Lippy. It's time to go fix some supper and we'll have leftovers. And it actually freezes well, y'all. But my arm's killing me. I'm holding it up. And all I can see right now is that well. Yeah, we're fixing to build a well house. That's how it was, with an old tote on it. Of course, we used a different tote and insulated. But anyhow, we'll do a video. He's getting it ready to build a house over it. But yesterday, Buddy come home. And I told him, let me change. Oops, that didn't work. Let's see. I'll do this because my arm is killing me. He came in with me a very small dogwood tree. Because I told him, I said, you know, one day I'm going to go ahead and get a dogwood tree. Because our future plans is to come off, here's the sugar shack, a porch. And this is the spot where he buried Gigi. Because this is usually the area that I have my coffee at, because I'm usually in the shed working. And now that summer's come and spring, this is where I'm going to sit under this oak tree. But we've got to trim one side, and I said I want to plant a dogwood. There's dogwood trees on my mom and dad's headstone. So anyhow, he showed up yesterday evening and planted a dogwood tree. And then he went and dug in my seed box and he planted some cosmos right on top of her little grave. So it's going to be very pretty. She's always going to be with me with my coffee. She was like my shadow, you know, 14 years. And she was a lot of company. You know, Buddy traveled a lot. And her and I were just buddies. Wherever I went, she went. So it's been tough, y'all. I'm not there yet. But today, sitting out here, it was like, don't cry sadness, reflect on memory. You know, even though the heart is heavy, the memories are so broad. There's so many of them, and I'm leaning to that as a peace, as a comfort. And I know a lot of you commented on my community post, and y'all have went through the same thing. Now, I did with my oldest, Boston. She was 16, Maggie. But this was the last of the last. I actually had her mother, Gigi's mom, and I helped deliver those pups. My brother got the only male, Max, and he's still living. And then I kept Gigi. She was a little feisty. And that's what Gigi means in French, feisty. So the name fit her perfectly. I kind of wanted to be called a Gigi. My daughter said, no, mother. So I named my little dog. But anyhow, I'm gonna turn the camera around. I wanna show y'all where she rests in this beautiful little dogwood tree. And she's always gonna be with me. See that? Just perfect, as she was. Just because I finished my coffee outside doesn't mean I can't have a little bit more inside, right? Because y'all, you ever fasted? Now, I like cream in my coffee, half and half. I could only have black coffee. By the time I got home, it was like, hurry up and put the groceries up. And I was just standing over the coffee pot with my little half and half. But I made sure I got me 2 more half gallons. Yeah, I love this stuff. But before we get started, I don't know if y'all can, they got me here, here, and here. Well, you know how they wrap that stuff around you? I go up in the grocery store. My hand all wrapped, my arm all wrapped. People just, they looking at me. I was like, come on, y'all. Then I realized when I got in the car, it didn't look that good. Because this one here, it kind of made the gauze change colors and it was slipping out. I was like, oopsie. Sorry for you people that got a weak stomach. I can't help it. But we'll know the results come Monday. This is something y'all know I have to go through. We have to make sure that Lippy's doing what she's supposed to do. Y'all know. But the menu is chicken spaghetti, if I didn't say, with rotisserie chicken. Now, I ain't gonna tell y'all I ain't sampled it. Y'all, that was a very, very good rotisserie chicken. And I have to do that. I just had to take it off the bone. You know, piece for the plate, piece for the chef. And, you know, quality control. Isn't that what we always say? But I guess it's going to be easier for me to drop the camera. No, I ain't. I'm going to turn the camera around. Show you your ingredients other than the pasta. I've done cooked the penne pasta. You can use spaghetti. I like spaghetti. Buddy likes spaghetti. But he likes penne because he says it gets up into the pockets of the pasta noodle. And he's right. But any spaghetti will do. That's a pound of penne. Now, you're going to have to preheat your oven to 350. So, let's rock this out. I don't know what, I even preheated my oven. Y'all, I'm telling you, preheat your oven. Lippy, preheat your oven. It's 3:22. 4:30, supper will be ready. Well, 5 if I keep, you know. I've missed y'all. And I love y'all. I didn't comment back, guys. But I recognized every comment. I don't think I'd have made it through without y'all. But life goes on. And we just move on with it. So, let me show you how I make my chicken spaghetti. It's stupid easy. That's the kind of day we're having. A stupid easy day. Okay, I've got a medium diced yellow onion. You can use white, just whatever. That's a medium. And this is 1 large stalk of celery that I diced. We're going to use some rotel. We're going to use some cream of mushroom. Y'all know, I love me some cream of soup in a can. It's just the way I roll. And in the back is my own salsa. Guys, I only got 2 jars left, but I went ahead and popped the top and I put my cap on because I'm only going to use a little of that. We're going to use some sharp cheddar cheese. Now, I grated this. It's a 2-pound block, and when I come in, I always grate it, put it in this container. It makes for easy use. Don't buy that bag stuff. We got a half a stick of butter, a half a block of cream cheese. Of course, your rotisserie chicken. If you was to boil your chicken, I'd usually boil 2 large chicken breasts. This is just a rotisserie chicken. Minced garlic, my swamp mix, some lemon pepper, some chicken broth, and of course we'll have salt and pepper. Oh, and I reserved about 3/4 of a cup of pasta water. And I see I done got a noodle in there. Oh, and we're gonna need some salt and pepper. But I'm gonna preheat this oven. There we go, 350 degrees. We're gonna get the skillet heated. Y'all, this is so easy. By using my wooden spoon that I did my pasta with, I'm gonna add that half a stick of butter. Now you can do this in a pot. I'm just doing it in this skillet because it's all gonna go in a baking dish. Now I will say, if you have some of that Velveeta, which I do not, I wished I did. Of course, I didn't know I was doing chicken spaghetti. I just knew I wanted that chicken. I didn't know what I wanted it for. I'd have got me one of those small blocks because it makes it so creamy. But I do have cream cheese, so we're going to get that same creaminess. Plus, have y'all priced that Velveeta? Oh, my word. Now, I don't mean to reach over, y'all, but I am going to hit this with just a little bit of EVOO, extra virgin olive oil. Not much. And this is for our vegetables. In goes our vegetables. Now, I am sitting on about a number 8. It's kind of on the higher side of medium. And I'm just going to get these sauteing. And I am going to put a little bit of salt. Most times y'all don't see me do this. But I do want to pull out some moisture from these onions. Okay, I've got my heat turned down to a number 5. These went about 5 minutes. About a teaspoon of minced garlic. Now I'm going to add that half a block of cream cheese. 1 can of Rotel tomatoes. This is the original. You can use the mild. One can of cream of mushroom soup. Now I'm going to eyeball my salsa. This is going to be up to taste. About a half a jar. Now we're going to get everything combined. Now you can use pecani sauce. It doesn't matter. Your own salsa, whatever your family's salsa preference is, use that. And it's going to take a little bit for this cream cheese to start melting. Now this is when I start seasoning. You season to whatever you like. This is my Cajun seasoning. We're going to do some lemon pepper that brightens it up. A little bit of salt. Remember, we've got pasta. I did put salt in my pasta water, and a lot of black cracked pepper. And you're thinking, oh my word. Yes, oh my word, delicious. Now I'm going to use some chicken broth. You can use your homemade. I'm out. This was about a half of a carton. What did I use? About a cup. I can usually eyeball it. There's really no recipe to this. And I'll know once I add my cheese and it starts coming together, I'll know if I need to add more sauce or more chicken broth, but I don't think so. Okay, in goes the chicken. Because you don't want your casserole soupy, but you don't want it dry. So we know that we're at a good solid cup of chicken broth. I guess I could have got my measure out. But remember, we have that pasta water if we need it. Okay. Now we're going to start adding cheese. Remember, I started with 2 pounds I had grated, so I'm just going to guesstimate. Because cheese is going to go on top of this too. So what? I don't know. Maybe a cup. Okay, I'm going to go in with the pasta on the stove. As long as I don't hit the floor. But like I said, you can do spaghetti, fettuccine, anything. Now, I don't cook mine all the way. I leave mine al dente because remember, it's got to cook in the oven. Now, I do keep my heat on while I'm folding this in because of that cheese. I need it to kind of melt because that's going to tell me if I need to add a little bit of that starch water or if I need to add some chicken broth. Add a little bit of this starch water. I used about 1/4 of a cup. So like I said, you don't want that chicken spaghetti dry. But you don't want it soupy either. Because it's going to bake about 30 minutes. Everything's pretty much cooked. But you're just melting that cheese. Oh yeah. I am happy, happy, happy with this. Oh yeah, y'all can see. The reason why I'm not just pouring it in because I want to layer this. And then any extra juice that was left in the bottom, if I overdid the broth, it will remain. So we're going to go about half. Oh yeah, look at all that. And we're going to top it with cheese. All right, now we're going to top it with cheese. We're going to bake it uncovered for about 30 minutes. You just want to get a good melt. All right, let's not have anything saying peekaboo. There we go. All right, that looks good to me. Oven, just check it, about 30 minutes. Nice and bubbly and melted. Y'all, don't go collect eggs and do all that and forget you got a casserole. Oh, it's still got some good moisture in it. But look at that cheese. Uh-oh. But y'all, it smells amazing. We're going to have to sample in a little bit. That's just too hot. We got us a sample. It's smoking. I'd have been like 5 minutes late. Oopsie. But before I take a sample, Buddy just come in, and it's 4:45. He brought the mail in, and there was a envelope from our vet. Now, I worked with rescue with this vet about 24 years now. Great group of people. Anyway, they sent me a sympathy card, and it was handmade with Gigi on it, her deceased date. But what I didn't know was they took her paw prints. And it's a beautiful, beautiful card. Like I said, it's a handmade stock card with her paw prints, and you open it up and it has a beautiful scripture in it. And then Dr. Susan, Miss Gina, great friend of mine, and all the staff signed it. But I have Gigi's footprints. So it took me a little bit to kind of, get it all back together. And I took that envelope, and I have where my dresser is, it has a cabinet, it has 2 drawers in there. And that's where I've always kept, specialty cards and things that, mean something, to me special. So I set it in there. I'm smiling. Yeah, I'm a little sad, but at the same time, I'm smiling because They are exactly who I know these folks to be. They took this time and they didn't have to. And they gave me such a beautiful card. I'll always cherish that. But chicken spaghetti. Here we go. And it is hot. I mean, well, I don't know with seasoning. I don't know, it might be a little warm. Y'all see, I kind of went heavy-handed. But it's hot with heat. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh. Hang on a minute. Y'all know how it is. Got to keep it real, right? This is really good. And I'm not just saying it because I'm hungry. And I love salad. But it's just been that, you know, couple of days where it's just, let's make a salad. Y'all, this is good. You got to try it. It makes a lot and it freezes so well. Now, you could put this together in like 8x8s. Put everything on it. Just don't bake it because it's already cooked. Just kind of get that stove heat off, wrap it well, and you've got a freezer meal. You can actually just throw it in the oven frozen, but leave it covered. So that way it heats through and through. Take the cover off. Check your cheese. You may want to leave it open, you know, 5 minutes. But this right here, I kid you not, would make 2, well, I said 8x8, let's 9x9. 2 of them. That's a great freezer meal. I'm just saying, but this is really good. And I'm so glad that Buddy told me years ago, he said, why don't you make it with penne? I was like, that's not chicken spaghetti. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. It makes it good, y'all, because that stuff gets all up in there. But I hope you're having a great evening. Tomorrow's Friday. We will not be going live. Hang on a minute. We have severe weather coming our way, and he unplugs like all the electronics. We do all of that, and we use his hotspot, and that's how we can stream to watch the live weather updates. So we'll probably be on Ryan Hall, y'all, watching if he goes live, and I think he will. They're calling for EF2, EF3. It's that time of year. Now, we are in the yellow. Just east of us is red, but it looks like some of the models are moving it more to us, and, you know, so you don't know, but we are in the target zone. So a little prayer. We greatly appreciate it. And a little prayer for everyone that's going to be in the path of this storm. So, as always, y'all stay safe, stay well, and God bless. And thanks again. I love y'all. Till the next one.